Thank you very much. Of course, the sequester of carbon will have to be counted. And that's my worry from the very outset, that farmers won't be allowed for the carbon that they are sequestering, because I contend that many farmers are sequestering more carbon than they are producing. And that, my worry is that the calculations are supposed to take 7 years to finalise or to really account for what farmers are sequestering and how efficient they are, because many farmers are very, very efficient and have gone to a lot of extremes and to a lot of expense so that they wouldn't be damaging the environment. And that has to be recognised. And the fact that the professor or the scientist that claimed over 15 years ago that farmers, that cattle were producing so much methane gas and that they were damaging damaging everything and damaging the environment, he has admitted now that his calculations were 2/3 wrong. So can you imagine that? He has admitted this late last year. I can't think of the scientist's name, but in the first place, all the racket that was about methane gas, the scientist that was most vocal about it has admitted that his calculations were 2/3 wrong. So that's very serious, and we contend that the farmers that are even growing grass, that even in dairy, and the amount of grass that they're growing, that they should be allowed for the amount of carbon that they are sequestering. When we hear about climate justice and see what's happening, we all know that the cost of diesel and petrol has gone up so much recently. So the percentage that the government is getting out of carbon, out of the carbon tax, that people in rural Ireland need to use, that they have to use petrol and diesel, because they have to get from A to B, they have to get to work, they have to do their harvesting with tractors or whatever, and they do need it. But fuel has gone up, practically diesel anyway has gone up 50% from what it was last year. And here we hear the minister absolutely delighted today. He was after purchasing 3 new buses at the cost of €800,000 apiece, and they're going to be more costly than any bus heretofore that was purchased to run, because one of my good friends has told me that this hydrogen is going to cost €20 per kg, and that will take 27 kgs to do 430 kilometers. That's over €500. And I'm looking around this city day after day, and I can't, looking into big, high, long, 2 double-decker buses, and there's no more than 1 or 2 inside them at any time. Yet the people in rural Ireland are penalised to pay for these brand new shiny buses that are not even economical in today's figuring out. So, I mean, it's wrong to be, there's no justice in that for the people that are out early in the morning, in the dark and the cold and the wet, and trying to go to work long distances, because that's what they have to do. Whereas here in this city, they can hop on. There's so many buses. One of them is on. You'd imagine that they're all pulling each other up Kildare Street. There's so many of them. There's so many of them there with 1 or 2 inside in every bus. So this is the climate justice. Because it's not justice, but look, we have to ensure that biodigesters and that the methane gas that it can be used for producing energy, and farmers should be allowed. And in fact, there was one farmer recently refused planning permission for a biodigester. This is the country we're in. And farmers trying to do their best, and more people complaining that the farmers aren't being penalised enough. They are penalised enough, Lascon and Minister. You must realise, and he must do something to ensure that farmers are properly compensated for the carbon emissions that they're sequestering. And I heard that some government department yesterday told some farmer or some farmers group that raised the issue of the amount of that they should be compensated, that farmers should be compensated for forestry that they have growing. And lo and behold, the department official said, should we give you premiums for that? But that premium was only a help, and the premiums are all cut now. And people can get felling licenses to fell the trees that they were told to grow, and to think now that the department won't allow them to claim for sequestering carbon in these forestries. You're very unfair, Minister, if this is the route you're going to take with people that planted these forestries. Not alone will you not allow them to cut them down or give them felling licenses. And we see a grand group of people outside here today, honest, hard-working people, and the two ministers then telling them that they were doing their best for them, and they actually have nothing at all done for them since they got into power 12 months ago. And I can honestly tell you that industries, I'm finishing up, let's go call it into water while cutting across me, but I'm finishing up with that. He have nothing at all done for a minister, and at the way you're going, he won't do anything for him. Thank you very much, let's conclude.